homes along Waddle Drive. This is what we were terrified could happen, and it looks to me like this house is about to collapse. This 4-story house at the center of this firefight. We counted 2 homes on fire here, but I'm hearing it might actually be 3 structures. I'm trying to figure out if anybody was home when this started. I don't see any cars in this driveway, just firefighters. And look at that, this home now collapsing.
We're prepared to do anything and everything as long as it takes to contain these fires and help reconstruct, make sure that we get back to normal. It's going to be a hell of a long way. It's going to take time. We're in it. The federal government's here to stay as long as it needs everything you need. Is there anything you've asked you haven't gotten yet?
Quite the contrary. Mr. President, just first of all, that major disaster declaration being approved. Next level of appreciation on behalf of all the residents here in Southern California. As the Chief said, we had pre-positioned assets this weekend in anticipation of these weather events. The complexity of multiple fires, the likelihood these weather events, this wind event will continue over the course of the next many days, impacts of over 1,000 structures already that have been destroyed, 100,000+ people that have been evacuated, lives lost, traditions, lifestyles, places torn asunder. This means the world to us, and just publicly, because I think this is important, the President happened to be in the region, in town. It's impossible for me to express the level of appreciation and cooperation we received from the White House in this administration. So on behalf of all of us, Mr. President, thank you for being here, and not just being here today, thank you for being here since the minute of this incident, when there was a 10-acre fire less than 24 or so hours ago. Deep gratitude.
First of all, let me just say that the President Biden and Vice President Harris just could not have been more supportive, and various members of the cabinet. But let me introduce our Senator, Adam Schiff.
Madam Mayor, thank you. Thank you for bringing us all together, and thank you for your leadership. I want to begin also by acknowledging those that have lost their lives and lost their homes. I was on the phone much of the early part of the day talking to people that lost everything, and for so many, because of the nature of these fires, they not only lost their home, they lost their whole neighborhood, they lost their whole community. They lost their school and their place of worship. It's all gone. And I just want to express the heartbreak I know we're all feeling over those massive losses, unprecedented in our state's history. I also want to, as the mayor was alluding to, take this opportunity to thank the Biden administration for what they've done. Senator Padilla and I and the California House delegation, several of my colleagues here today, have worked to try to get a quick declaration of a disaster, to try to get the most we could in terms of federal match, and we could not have asked for more from the administration. The declaration was almost immediate. And as the mayor was saying, you're lucky normally to get 75% of a federal match. We learned today from the president we're getting 100% federal match here.
We have had several firefighter injuries reported and estimate that over 5,000 structures have been destroyed. This is based on aerial imagery that's been provided. We expect those numbers can change, either go up or down, based on additional mapping of the fire, as well as when our damage inspection teams get out there and complete their thorough damage assessment of the burn area. We also had one firefighter injured today who sustained injuries battling the fire and is currently at a local area hospital. The cause of the fire is unknown and remains under investigation. As soon as the cause is determined, we will be sure to get that information out to all.
Good evening. Los Angeles Police Department extends our deepest sympathy to those who've been affected by the devastating fire. Our community is facing significant challenges, and ensuring the safety and well-being of our residents is our #1 priority. The department is fully committed to protecting lives, property, and critical infrastructure during this crisis. I want to also, as you've heard, I don't know that we can thank enough the members of the LAPD, the Sheriff's Department, all of our fire partners, and then others that don't get recognition, the Department of Public Works, Department of Water and Power, so many others that are out there on the front lines and doing the job to try and restore order to everyone. There was a fatality reported earlier today around 10 a.m. Officers were notified of a death investigation in the 15,300 block of Friend Street in the Palisades area. LAPD investigators immediately notified LA Fire Department arson and the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, who responded and determined the death to be fire-related. The LAPD and our law enforcement partners are actively maintaining law and order in areas impacted by the fires. Officers are patrolling these areas to try and deter criminal activity and ensure public safety. Protecting homes and businesses in the evacuated and vulnerable zones is our priority, ensuring no one takes advantage of a difficult situation.
Just a quick overview. We have close to 500 sheriff deputies working throughout the county, working on evacuations, working on traffic control, both ingress and egress, and we are also working what we call looter suppression. It's unfortunate that we have to assign people to do that task, but we have, and we have made arrests behind that. Because this event continues and we continue to get new fires. The mayor mentioned it, Chief McDonald mentioned it. I've been working with the state, the Office of Emergency Services, for the last several days in trying to estimate the California National Guard and how they would be utilized. We made the official request earlier today, and I'm happy to report that they have been staged and ready to go. They're going to get deployed to specific missions. The first missions will be at the Palisades fire, at the Eaton fire. They will be supporting the city of Los Angeles as well. Just the very last thing, if anyone has any questions about whether it's evacuations, mandatory, or warnings, or any traffic closures, go to lacounty.gov/emergency for updated information. Thank you very much.